Hi, welcome to Virtual CB1A. This is Miss Rena, and for this video discussion, we are going to focus on section 4.5 using congruent triangles. So first, let's look at the goal, planning a proof. So knowing that all pairs of corresponding parts of congruent triangles are congruent can help you reach conclusions about congruent figures. So using SSS congruence, we can assume that these two triangles are congruent, right? So now we are going to look at example number 1, planning and writing a proof. So dito may nakasulat na kagad, may cheat sheet tayo for the for proof. So given that segment AB is parallel to segment CD and segment BC is parallel to segment DA, you have to prove that segment AB is congruent to segment CD. So, hindi na tayo magpuprove ng triangle. But, we are going to make use of the idea of congruent triangles to prove that these two sides are congruent. Okay? So, first, we have to show that triangle ABD is congruent to triangle CDB. Then use the fact that corresponding parts of congruent triangles are congruent. So meron tayong acronym na ginagamit dito sa congruent parts of congruent triangles are congruent. That is CPCTC. Let's import this to our... Okay, ang solution niya dito paragraph. Mas magaling ako sa two column. I-two column proof natin siya. Tapos basahin niyo na lang din yung paragraph form dito. Or basahin muna natin yung paragraph form para meron din kayong ibang pattern. So, dito, you are going to make use of idea of transversal lines ulit between parallel lines. Tapos, gagamit ulit kayo ng relationship between angles. Dito, alternate interior angles yung ginamit eh. Ayan o. So, yan. You can pause this video and read the paragraph proof. Pero dun ako sa kabilang viewboard gagawa ng two column proof. Okay? Okay. Now, let's start the two column proof. For this problem. Again, use the fact that corresponding parts of congruent triangles are congruent. We have CPCTC. Congruent parts of congruent triangles are congruent. Kasi ang haba nung phrase eh. So, tawagin na natin siya CPCTC. Very common yan. Statement number 1. Statement number 1. Magagamit ba natin yung mga given natin? Parang hindi. So, ano yung pinaka-obvious muna dito? So, pinaka-obvious ay si BD. Diba? So, side BD is congruent to side BD. This is one side. Let's identify it later if it is included or non-included. And the reason is reflexive property of congruence. Okay? Number 2, since AB is congruent to, AB is parallel to CD, gawa muna tayo ng ganito. So, this is AB congruent to CD. Lagyan natin siya ng markings that they are congruent. Yan. Congruent sila. Ay, congruent tuloy. Parallel sila. And since parallel sila, let's put a transversal line passing through AB and CD. So, ang transversal line natin ay ito. Pangit ng line ko. Ulitin ko yung drawing. Pangit pa rin. Last. Okay, medyo satisfied na ako dyan. So, here, that pala ginawa akong block. Yan. Ito yung transversal line natin, line BD. So, what do we notice about angle B and angle D? So, dito, angle B is congruent to angle D. Why? So, lagyan na natin siya ng markings dito. Angle A, BD is congruent to angle CDB. The reason is because of the alternate interior angles theorem. Okay. So, meron na tayong isa pang angle. Hanap pa tayo ng isa pang angle. Gawa tayo ulit ng lines cut by a transversal. But this time, let's focus on BC and DA or AD. So, from B to D ulit, meron tayong transversal line, but this time, our angles will be ay, teka, mali ako dito. Oh my God. Kamali ako ng marking. CDB. Pero tama yung tama yung markings ko dito. So, baguhin ko lang yung markings dito ha. Ito yung congruent, tong dalawa. Okay. So, dito sa kabila, ang congruent naman ay ito. Paano sila naging... Teka. Ang congruent ay... ito. At saka ito. Yan. Sure na to. So, ito at ito. Diba? Nalilito ko kapag naglalagay ng markings. Mahina ako sa figures. Here we have angle CBD. CBD is congruent to angle ADB. Baligtad ako. ADB, CBD. Again, alternate interior angle theorem pa rin tayo. Number 4. So, triangle ABD is congruent to triangle CDB. Through the ASA congruence postulate. So, ito pala ay included. See? Between siya ng dalawang angles that are given. Now, since we already have one segment that is congruent, we are now going to look at the two other corresponding sides. So, dito, we have BC is congruent to AD. They are both sides of angle CBD, and angle ADB, which are congruent. And the third side that are congruent are these two. So we have AB and CD. So ito ay through CPCTC. And then number 6, we have, therefore, AB is congruent to CD. Again, this is for CPCTC. Corresponding parts of corresponding triangles are congruent. Okay? Okay, ito lang siya. Yan. Yan. Yan na tayo. Aha, aha. Next. Hindi ko na nilagay yung plan for proof para ma-surprise tayo. Pag magkaiba kami ng approach sa proof, edi mas maganda. Marami kayong choice. 'Di ba? So, planning and writing a proof. So, lagay tayo dito ng sarili nating plan for the proof. So, A is the midpoint of MT and A is also the midpoint of SR. So, ang plan natin for the proof is to use or to show that angle MAS is congruent to angle TAR and angle, ito yung dalawa. Isa pang angle, pwedeng ito, pwede rin naman na ito. So, free naman tayo. Piliin na lang natin tong si S and R. But if you will settle with M and T, it's okay. You will still end up with the same answer. Okay? And angle S is congruent to angle R. Use CPCTC to prove, ay, teka pala. Ayan. Show that angle MAS is congruent to TAR and angle S is congruent to angle R to prove that triangle SAM is congruent to triangle TAR or RAT. After that, use CPCTC to prove that segment MS is parallel to segment TR. Aba, parallel postulates pala to. Segments pala dapat yung ginamit ko. Okay. Okay, so okay, so this time, let's look at example number 2, planning and writing a proof. Hindi ko sinulat yung plan for proof natin. Kasi gagawa tayo ng sarili nating plan dito sa tabi. So the given statements are, A is the midpoint of MT and A is the midpoint of SR. We have to prove that MS is parallel to TR. Okay. So, una nating ilagay, ang plan natin show that AM is congruent to AT, and AS is congruent to AR, at saka angle SAM is congruent to angle RAT. To prove that triangle SAM is congruent to triangle RAT. And then from that, ang gagamitin na natin ay yung angle pair relationships. If you still remember the converse, yung mga converse natin ng alternate interior angle theorem, meron din tayong converse ng alternate exterior angles, at saka corresponding angles and consecutive angles. So, dito, converse naman ng isa dun sa mga angle pair relationship na binanggit ko kanina ang gagamitin natin. Okay? So, let's go ahead and write the proof for this problem. So, here are the statements, and on the other side, we have the reasons. Statement number 1, unahin natin yung angle natin since that is the most obvious. Ay, hindi. Unahin natin yung mga given. Unahin natin si angle AM is congruent to angle AT, and segment AT is congruent to segment AM, and AS is congruent to segment AR. So, this is by the definition of a midpoint. Sino-shortcut ko na lang siya. Next, we have, ayan, may dalawa na tayong side ha. Side 1, side 2. Next, we have angle SAM is congruent to angle RAT through the vertical angles theorem. Next, we have, ito ay isang angle. Yan. Meron tayong side, 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 side. So, ito pala ay included. So, we have SAS congruence for the reason kung bakit ang triangle SAM is congruent to triangle RAT. Okay? So, here, we can conclude that angle S is congruent to angle R, and angle M is congruent to angle T. So, we have angle S and angle R na lang muna yung isulat natin. But either way, parehas naman kayong tatama. This is through CP/CTC. Now, let SR be a transversal line passing through MS and RT. So, since you ended up with congruent angles S and R, Number 5, we can conclude that MS is parallel to TR through the converse of alternate interior angles theorem. So, kailan ka lang ba magkakaroon ng congruent na alternate interior angles? If and only if your transversal passes through parallel lines. In this case, nagkaroon ka ng alternate interior angles that are congruent, which are S and R. That means MS and RT are parallel. Okay? Okay, now let's look at the approach from the book. Ayan, parehas lang naman yung sinabi. CPCTC, tapos alternate interior angles converse. But, instead of S and R, ang pagkakaiba lang namin, ang ginamit niya dito ay M at T. Ako ang ginamit ko ay S and R. But either way, parehas pa rin yung tatama. Okay, okay, okay? Okay. Last na to, example number 3. And then, kung meron pang mga susunod na example, please just read them on your own. I think enough na naman yung tatlong example. Ay. Gawa tayo ng plan. Meron tayong angle 1 is congruent to angle 2. Angle 3 is congruent to angle 4. We have to prove that triangle BCE is congruent to triangle CDE. Okay, how can we do that? So, for the plan, meron na tayong dalawang angle. Ang kailangan na lang natin ay isa pang angle. Oo, isa pang angle ang kailangan natin dito. We have to prove that this is a right angle. That way, considering that angle DEC and CEB or right angles, magkakaroon ka ng straight line DB. Okay? Okay, okay, okay.